So let's talk about your battery holder. This battery holder has a very small sew hole in it, and because of the size of the sew hole, there's only 3 of your needles that actually fit through it. So when you're sewing with this battery holder, make sure that you put your conductive thread in one of these first 3 needles. These last 2 larger, wider needles, diameter-wise, will not work in that sew hole. They'll actually get stuck in the sew hole. So again, be sure you use one of the 3 smaller needles. So let's look at how to sew this on the easiest way. We'll use one of the pieces of fabric that we've used before, the white being the top, the green representing the bottom or the underneath of it when we're talking about our e-cuff. For me, I sew the e-cuff battery on the inside because I want it to be hidden. So to start it, of course, we'll turn it over to the underside. Make sure that you have either your positive or your negative, whichever one that you're connecting. We're going to connect our positive today. So I have my thread, my double threaded conductive thread is knotted at the end. I'm going to take my first stitch beside the sew hole. And this is again because we're going to put a dot of hot glue on this. So if we put it on the metal, if we would start the knot on it, then that means that would be covered with hot glue, and hot glue, as you know, is an insulator. So we want to make sure that we put hot glue beside it so it doesn't interfere with any of the conductivity that we want to happen for the battery holder. So I'm stitching through the sew hole, so I put my needle right through it. I'm on the other side, so I just want to come up, if you can, as close as you can beside the little metal tab. As you see, I'm putting my needle up there. Then I'm going to go back through the sew hole again. This is kind of like the exercise that you did with stitching the sequins on the paper. How you stitched like through the hole to the outside of the hole. We're doing exactly the same thing, only it's the square tab on the battery holder. So I'm coming up on the bottom of the tab at the lower part of it, and then I'm going to go through the hole again. And I've already sewn through it when I get this complete 3 times. And if your needle gets a little stuck, just jiggle it a little bit. Sometimes there's so much conductive thread there, it's difficult for it to get through. Now to tie, you won't want to tie a knot with this because actually then you're going to start your stitching. So start your stitching to whatever. If you're going to the LED, you'll want to go this way. If it's connecting to the snap, then you'll want to go in this direction. And then you start your running stitches. But that is pretty much how the battery holder. And just remember, when you get done with your electronics, you'll want to come back and put a dot of hot glue on all of your conductive thread knots, as they do tend to come undone over time.